with another layout today. I'm going to use that white piece of basil cardstock because I have this one piece of paper, which is the Doodlebug School Days Playground Plaid, and I want to use both sides of it. So I need to put another piece of paper underneath it. This is another one of those layouts that I started and remembered I had forgotten to turn the camera on. So I did back that photo with the red paper there. That's Doodlebug Petite Prints and the Ladybug Dot Stripe. So now you can see that's actually the same piece of paper. So I am going to need to figure out what to do because of the way I cut this, I ended up with the gap in the middle, little tiny gap in the middle. I think these are, I don't know, it's almost like this piece of cardstock, I run into this constantly with this, is actually bigger than 12 by 12. Because if I take a really traditional piece of 12 by 12 paper, it's always on one edge is bigger. Okay, so then I have that card there, that 3x4 card, which is from Ellie's Studio. It's from a back to school collection that they did, I think last year, if I remember. Oh yeah, I think they did do one last year because I'm going to use some elements from that. So right now what I'm doing is looking to see, because I didn't have like another strip of this, but the colors were so perfect for my back to school collections. I keep all my back to school papers in one folder, and also things like that little Doodle Pop Schoolhouse and that kind of stuff. This wood veneer is all in one folder. So anyway, what I ended up doing is grabbing this October Afternoon washi tape. It's a much older washi tape. I think that was from Daily Details, but it says things like love this and that kind of thing. You're not going to be able to see that by the time I'm done putting this all across, and I knew you wouldn't be able to. I just wanted the color. So then I love that little schoolhouse doodle pop from Doodlebug, and I definitely want to use that on this layout. So kind of toying with where it needs to go, and I'm thinking on the bottom, and I'm really sorry you guys, I am out of frame here and I did not realize that. So I'm adding these wood veneers here, and this is from an Etsy shop, and the person's name is Shadney, or the shop's name is Shadney, Shadnee. She also has a YouTube channel as well too. And so I'm using things from different collections, backpacks and pencils, and there's a little mask and a scissors. I did forget the glue bottle when I was doing the layout, but I did end up adding that back in. So I'm going to layer the schoolhouse over the top of that little notebook. And this story is about my youngest grandson, who is 4, going to 4K, which is like pre-kindergarten for us. They have a partial in their school system. They have a half-day 4K program for like a pre-kindergarten, and then the next year they go to a full-day kindergarten at 5, actually. That's just how the school system works. Okay, so just kind of playing around. I've got to put the foam tape on this because otherwise it's not going to sit evenly on that wood veneer, obviously. So this, by the way, is on this day, he is dropping off his school supplies. This is the week before he's going to go to school. He's going to drop off his school supplies and then meet his teacher. And his mom got to go with him here because on the first day of school, she could not go into school with them. So it was nice that they did this to kind of introduce the parents and, more importantly, the children to their classroom and the teacher, and, to see where things were and that kind of stuff. And I think they only had 1 or 2 families there at a time. Everybody had to be masked, which is why he's wearing his mask and doing his little thumbs up. I love these pictures of the kids this little because their backpacks are bigger than they are. It's so cute. All right, then I had these Ellie's Studio puffy words, and these are the back to school puffy stickers from 2019. That's how I know it was a 2019 collection. So I love that there was the word supplies since he was dropping supplies off. And then also that the classroom is nice too, because both of those things were really pertinent to what he was doing on this particular day. So I'm playing around with the wood veneer here a little bit too much, and I think these might be from some different collections. They're not from all the same collection of back to school things. So make sure you look well. But I think there's 2 or 3 different kinds of back to school collections she has, and they're awesome. And the wood veneer here, by the way, is really thick. It's a really, really nice wood veneer. So many wood veneers because you can put them in pocket pages now and you don't want the pockets to flip out, are getting thin. These are not. They're nice, thick, chunky. They've got a really nice kind of engraving on them, as you can see. Beautiful, beautiful. And they're not crazy expensive either. So then I wanted something else up there. I knew I had another piece. I'd forgotten about the glue bottle. That's what should have gone up there, but that's okay. That'll come back down. I'm going to put it by the notebook down there. But I found an apple from one of the other collections. Now, I really wanted to call this, like, I don't know, dropping off supplies or something like that. And I was thinking about using aqua, but then I thought, no, I've got a bright green, and that'll really pop off the background. But I didn't have... I think I was going to call it Meeting Your Teacher is what I was going to call this. And as I'm doing this, I realized, oh, wait, I don't have enough letters to do that. So then I'm thinking about dropping off supplies. Maybe I could call it that. And then look, that's not going to necessarily work. And it's hard enough to MacGyver these letters. I'm going to have to make an R out of that P. I do that. If I don't do it on camera, I do that before I'm done. So I'm going to call this drop off. And it wasn't very, because I'll talk about the drop off in the journaling. It wasn't long enough. Like I couldn't do the word supplies because I didn't have enough. I think I didn't have an S there, and those are hard letters to MacGyver. So I'm just going to call it Drop Off 2020 because it is different. You know, they're masked. Normally they would have a school night, which they didn't. Actually for this guy, because he can be pretty shy, I think it turned out better that he got to meet his teacher more one-on-one so that there weren't a lot of other kids in the classroom. That would have been probably pretty overwhelming for him. He's great once he warms up to you, trust me, but he's a little shy before that. But if you know him and you see him, it's hard to imagine that he's that shy, but he really is. All right, so then I'm just going to take some of these little green stars, puffy stars from the alphabet, just to kind of spread that green color around the layout, at least in an embellishment way. And I'm going to add them to each of the clusters, just one star in each of the clusters. So that green is not, the green there in the title is not the only green there. All right, guys, so I am done. Here's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I will be back with another layout again soon. Bye, everybody.